Hey there. So I'm putting this quick little video, hopefully quick little video together to help you get started with over the wire. Um, and if you don't have access to a command line interface on your device, a web interface that provides that same functionality, kind of a view of that remote device using SSH, but using a web browser to do it instead of the command line interface which you might have on your device. You probably do have it, but maybe it's not working right, or maybe you don't have access to it. So the goal here is I'm going to log into this host, and notice it says on port 22220, bandit 0. Bandit 0 is also the password. So what I'm going to do on my device, since I have access to it, I'm going to SSH. And when you SSH, there's some ways to do this. Flags. I like to do this approach. The username. So I'm going to log in as bandit 0 at, and then I'm going to paste the domain, and then so I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to say the authenticity of the host can't be established. But are you sure you want to? Yes, I do. Yes. Let's just type yes. And then it says, warning, it's been added to your list. And then it says here, you're trying to log into this SSH server on port 22, which I didn't type port 22. So why is it trying to log in on port 22? That's the default. So if a remote host requires you to use a different port than the default, which is not uncommon, then you need to actually tell it, hey, I want you to use this port. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a flag. So the flag for changing the ports is -P, and then you do a space, and then the new port 2220, and I am now I've gotten a response. It liked that port number. Now it needs the password. It was a BANDIT 0. Notice the cursor doesn't move in Linux when you're trying to log in. Some environments will. In Linux, it doesn't. So it can be kind of confusing. Am I typing? And now what did I type? You can see down here. So I am logged in as Bandit 0 on that host. And then from here, you would ls. That lists the contents. There's a README. I'm going to cat the README, and this is my password. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it. In the command prompt, Control C doesn't work. Control C typically is used in a terminal to exit a process. So I don't want to do Control C. Instead, if I go up here, it'll tell me to edit. To copy, I can just hit the Enter key. So I'm going to hit Enter, and now it copied it to my clipboard. So now I want to exit out of here. Boom. And now I've got the password to the next level. I want to repeat this process after I've saved it. I maybe took a screenshot. Like I could take a screenshot of this. What I want to help you with, though, is what if I don't have it on my device? Well, there's a website called SSHeasy.com, and into here you can put the host. Let me get rid of this, and there it says host to connect. So I want to I just copied something else to my. It is bandit. Let me do Control Z. There we go. It's bandit.labs.org. This is the port. Do you want to connect to port 22 because that's the default? No. If I did connect there, I would get the same error popping up in this area down here. So I don't want to see that again. So I'll actually connect to the correct port. The user, what was the user? Oh, it was bandit 0. And what was the password? Notice bandit 0. I do see them because this is in a web form, so it behaves like web forms do. I'm not actually typing it into Linux here. I'm going to click connect, and then it says, hey, this is the RSA key fingerprint. Are you sure this is the person who you think you're connecting with? Yeah. So this is a way of authenticating the identity. I'm just going to click yes, because why not? What's the worst could happen? And now I get that same interface. If I do ls here, click in here, ls. So it's basically giving me a view of that interface that I would have connecting directly to it. So it's almost like I'm connecting to this website, which in turn is connecting to over the wire. And then I can cat readme. You'll also notice there's just a little bit of a lag because I'm going to the website, which is then in turn going to overthewire.org. Okay, now I've got it again this way. You can use either approach, whatever is convenient. I would always try to use the program on my own local host rather than going through this. But this is a nice workaround if you don't have access. All right, enjoy.